Shalom, shalom. I hope, pray that all is well. Let's talk about it. So, in this sex crazed world, you really have to ask yourself, why is this being promoted all the time, no matter where you look? Why is this being promoted? And to keep it all real, y'all, one of the top ways that the enemy can dwell and use people and operate through these vessels is through sex. That's the quickest way, one of the top quickest ways for the enemy to have legal rights to your body in order to operate and carry out his plans, in order to destroy you and destroy those who come in contact with you. See, the enemy, he's very strategic, man. Very. So, us as people, and it's people who, of course, thought about this and, see it for what it really is, but for those of you who really haven't really looked at it like that, I challenge you this. I give you 2 weeks. Pay attention to how many times you come across like a song, a play, a movie, a book on social media. I bet you will lose count. Bet you will lose count on the behalf of how many times do you run into something that's promoting sex. This is the quickest way, because look, the enemy needs a body to dwell in. The enemy can't just come and show up as is. He have to come and use his foot soldiers. He have to use these spirits, these forces, in order to come and dwell within someone. And the more you yield to this insatiable appetite, this sexual appetite, the more you yield into it, and you not God's will and God's covenant with someone who God ordained for you, the more you just go on and keep feeding it, the enemy will have more and more control. And with lust, it runs so deep, y'all. Ain't no end to lust, man. That's how you see bestiality and all that. That's how you see people attracted to children. The R word, SA. That's how you see these things, because lust runs so deep. And it's like when you keep feeding that appetite and you keep feeding it, it's hard to break. So much so, a few of y'all will feel me on this, so much so, let's say you pull back from it. You pull back from, operating in the flesh and jumping in the bed with somebody and all that. Let's say you pull back, you just like, look, I need to go on and, trying to do things the most high way. Or for some of you all who just decide, who really don't have no beliefs, or you may believe something else. And you decide, okay, I'm about to just pull back. I'm going to pull back for some time. You close your eyes and it be all different type of dreams. Ask me how I know. I close my eyes and then it'll be certain dreams, because the enemy like, oh, okay, so now you want to pull your body. Now you saying I don't have access to your body no more, huh? Okay, bet. I'm gonna come in your dreams, and in those dreams, a covenant is being established, just like in the physical realm when you have sex, stuff being established. The same thing is taking place in the spiritual realm. So when your eyes close and you sleep, let people tell it, because it's 3 different angles as to why a dream is, occur. The Most High, yourself, your consciousness, and the enemy. Sex in a dream is never from the Most High, period. In that time when you close your eyes and these things I meet you halfway and it's coming in your dream, it's a such thing as masquerading spirits, y'all. Just as well as like when you go out here, let's say you see somebody and they look good, they're attractive, they're easy on the eye. The whole time they got a whole bunch of demons attached to them and spirits attached to them. Put it like that in the spirit realm. In a dream, it may come as a man who looks super good or a woman who looks super good. But the whole time, that's a whole spirit that's masquerading and using that face. And many people talk about how you get the colony, like let's say you have a dream where you can actually control what it is you say and what you do. Because there be many times where you don't understand why you done did these things. And one day we're going to talk about that. But say you do have control and you get to saying this and you get to calling out me, myself, for instance. When I had a dream a few times, and I will use my authority in Christ. And when I get the calling on that name, I done seen these spirits literally freeze up. I done seen these spirits reveal themselves. I done seen all different type of stuff. That's why I am the way I am, y'all. And why one thing's for certain, I'm not gonna push my beliefs down your throat. I'm not gonna push you to believe in my God, in the Most High, or to not believe in Christ. But let me tell you one thing, the reason why I'm so big on this is because when you really see things for what they are, and the Most High got grace and He covers you, all of these things, it humbles you. It humbles you. And when you finally know how to battle and you know the tools that you can use, a different type feeling. But back to what I was saying. They can masquerade in your dreams, man, just as well as these people out here who be walking day to day. They masquerade, and even how some, let's keep it real, and let's keep it real. Some of these vessels that you see out here, they're not even human. Truly, they're not even human. Let's keep it like that. So just as well as it can be, masquerading in this physical realm, it's like that in the spiritual realm. And so the enemy be finding his way. He'll find his way. He like, oh, okay. Let's say you someone who like, all right, I'ma keep to myself. I'ma just watch a little, and you watch a flick. You watch a, let's keep it real. We grown here. You go on and you watch it. It's an agreement in place right then and there. Y'all don't believe me? Do the research. You don't believe me? Think about how you feel afterwards. After the masturbation, after watching and releasing with yourself in a room, after like you ain't gotta answer me. This is rhetorical. You can keep it to yourself, but we gonna keep it real here. After you do what you do and you get the rock or two off. Not trying to be vulgar, but I'm real. And I'm still a woman of God, so I do need to not get into too much, and then people looking like, what you got going on? Let's keep it real. When you have your release. I don't know about you, but I know about how I feel, how I felt, and how other people will explain it. It's a shame of guilt and all different type of stuff that'll come over me instantly. You watch that type of stuff and you release the amount of feeling drained that you may feel. And some people may, oh, I don't feel no type of way. Oh, I feel good. I feel better after that. Yeah, okay. All right, that's you. But just know it's some stuff it's some stuff attached to that. And when you watch that stuff, you making a covenant and you making an agreement with your eyes and lust of the eye something serious. Because when you see it with your eyes, you just gotta have it. You just got to have it. So even though you looking at something, you feel like, oh, okay, you just gotta have it. Y'all know how your girl do. If you aren't new to my channel, I'm gonna be everywhere with this message because I don't have no format. I literally talk. I literally talk to y'all as if we sitting around each other having a conversation. I just can't hear you on the other end. But ladies, the power in your release is power in that. Men, there's power in when you release. Men, ladies, gentlemen, woman, man, woman. Hear me when I say this, brothers and sisters. To the man, your seed is so important. Your seed is so important. That's life force. The seed, you release that. That is something spiritual. Your seed can create a whole life. Hear me when I say these things. So when you do these things and you releasing this seed, it's coming in like a perverse way and in a lustful way. Best believe it is a spiritual covenant in place. It's how the enemy begin you to slip up and impregnating sometimes the wrong person. This stuff is so real. It's power in a man's semen. Women, it's power in our wombs. It's power in our wombs, man. By the grace of the Most High, we're able to carry a whole human within our bodies and give birth to a child that the Most High will use. Potentially, it's up to the child eventually, once they get of age, what they're going to do. But we have the ability to give birth to a life. The womb is so important. Lust can drive, and it will drive you to lay down with a man, and the wrong man at that. Ask me how I know. With the wrong man at that. The goal of the enemy is to have, because as it's written in that word, you do these specific acts outside of God's will, you haven't, and let's keep it real, and I may lose some people here because I speak truth, and that's another thing. I guess some people heard certain messages and they were able to tolerate them, and they're like, oh, okay, this and that. But when I really get to talking about stuff that people really operating in, and these spirits attached to them folks, they not gonna like me. So I'll probably lose a few people. And you know what? It's sad, but it don't have anything to do with me. I'm just a messenger. To say in that word, sexual immorality, when you do these things, you sinning against your own body. This is why so many things are happening. That's why infirmity is one of the top things that's going on, spiritual warfare that it is in this world. That's why the infirmity is going on. And it's infirmity in different aspects. Be infirmity within your body, within spirit, within mind, all of that. But the infirmity in your body, sicknesses. This is why the mental warfare is at an all-time high. This is why these things occur. You are sinning against your body. And when it says your body too, what dwells within your body is 3 parts of a man. And when I say man, I'm talking about man and woman. We are body, soul, and spirit. Spirit, soul, body. Soul, spirit, but however you want to put it. It's 3 components to a man. And so when you engage in these things, you sin against your own body. Stuff will break the body down. The enemy is having his way with this world, y'all. He is having his way with this world. Sorry, I had to pause. Man, it was really getting, I was feeling it. I'm still feeling it, but okay, give me a second. Hold on. Abstinence, semen retention. I've been seeing a lot about semen retention as well. When the Most High pulled me out of, when He pulled me back to Him 5 years ago, to come back to Him and for me to get serious for real, I kept hearing no fap, no fap, but come to find out it's called semen retention. And at the end of the day, it's really a few names that people call it and men call it, but I asked a few men when they shared these things, when they talked about how they're on semen retention and how they're not releasing, like they're not releasing seed, they're not giving in to their lustful desires, and many men said that they found their superpower, man. Like they literally said that they found their superpower. Of course, more women will be attracted to you, and these women gonna come even more. You know, temptations will come in even more, and you gotta question yourself. That be like, dang, why is it like that? It's the goal is to get you to fall. The goal is for the enemy. For when you go inside the woman, we're grown. When you go inside of her, the goal is for the enemy to jump back and to reestablish the covenant, because it's a threat. It's a threat when you start to pull back. It is a threat to the enemy, so he have to find a way to reestablish this covenant, to keep this stuff going, to get you to fall. And even and then some other things to get the spirits that's on her to come and dwell within you and make it harder for you to leave. And they were able to get a lot of stuff done, and they start to, like, they look at life differently. Abstinence for the women who not giving themselves, like not watching none of that, no masturbation, none of that. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. What the Most High revealed to me is that sometimes it don't even have to be with the person. It don't have to be with people, but when you're releasing and you doing all that, it's still considered a release. You still did the act, whether it was with someone or without. But at the same time, if you talking about you haven't been physically active with someone, yeah, you can say that. You can say that, but at the same time, by you releasing, you still under the act. But for the women who abstaining, and I myself can speak about this because that's what I've been doing. And this is not to put my business out, because it's a time and it's a place. Some people put this type of information out in order to attract certain things, but I'm doing this to shine and shed light. And I won't speak much more about it until the Most High leads me to. I'm not asking people to praise me or do this, do that, because I decided to really step back from it. Nor do I need folks to try to come and throw stones or cast stones on me, because now I'm pulling back. And that's another thing. As a woman, when you pull back, when you've been hurt many times, or when the Most High started to really show you how much He loves you, started to show you how you are so polluted by these things, and when you really start to count the costs and really start looking at your life and how you made certain decisions and made the wrong decisions of who you gave your body to, and just all these different things, when you really look at it, and it hurts, and it comes with the shame and guilt, and you finally pull back, you're going to get folks who going to try to talk about you and throw and cast stones, especially if child or children were born behind this. They start to make fun of you. Oh, now you want to call on God. Oh, now you want to keep your legs closed. I done seen some very wicked comments, and that ain't nothing but the enemy using folks. That ain't nothing but the enemy using folks to try to make you feel bad for really pulling and falling back. I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is. It's never too late to change as long as the Most High call it today. Because guess what? Them same people casting and throwing stones and be the same people who got a lot of skeletons in their closet. I had to say that, but I've realized many things, and I'm starting to gain my creativity back behind this abstaining. I'm starting to love myself and really find that self-love, especially being the mother of a baby girl. That's important so that she will not fall into the same things that I have done. And my daughter is absolutely beautiful. She looks just like her mommy. She is just so beautiful, man. And when you are an attractive person, and you don't know no better, or if you are an attractive person attached to trauma, man, this enemy gonna use you in and out with the lust, man. A lot of times he'll drag people in and out, man. I'm trying to tell you, but you need the self-love as a daughter and a servant of the Most High, as a mother, as a woman. I need this for myself. I need it. It's needed. My creativity, my self-love, my self-worth, my countenance. Y'all, how many of y'all know that when you sleep with certain people, how your countenance will change, man? I don't know. Look, a few of y'all could speak on it. I know I could speak on it. Literally, your your face change, even your weight. Either you gained weight or you lost weight. Your skin start to look pale or start to look oily, and not. I'm trying to tell you, it be many different things. Your countenance can change. Because I ain't gonna lie, y'all, these spirits and spiritual posture can show up in your appearance. Spiritual posture can show up in your appearance. Just like Moses, when he was in the face of God, his face was so beautiful and bright, really shined, because he was in the face of the Most High God. Because he was in the face of the Most High. So yes, your countenance can change messing around with the wrong person. More clarity. I'm able to think more. I don't have to worry about being lied to, being cheated on, being attached and soul tied to someone who don't care about me. You know, that's going to take and rob me out of the things that the Most High want me to do. I'm still, y'all, when I say, okay, so I dropped a story on here, and if you are someone who you can't really listen to long audios and stuff like that for long, like a get to the point, what they call it, the ADHD and all that, I encourage you to go listen to it, but pause it and come back to it. I drop gems, but you know your girl will be everywhere. But I dropped gems, but I was telling my story about me. I end up messing with a warlock and how I was bewitched, and 100% I take accountability. Though I was bewitched, I still fell into it. But I'm trying to tell y'all, I was in a trance-like state of mind. I ain't feel this guy at all. But I fell into like a trance-like state. And this man was in some dark stuff. So that's something that I encourage you all to go listen to. But I'm still picking, and this was years ago, I'm still picking myself up from that, man. I'm still literally though a lot of things are getting better for me, I'm still dealing with the spiritual effects of laying down with this man. It could be years on down the line, man. People can set you back for a long time. These soul ties are how you set back for a long time, and sometimes for people it be a lifetime, man. This stuff ain't no game, y'all. And that's why the enemy loves to promote this lust. But like I was saying, it's so many different things that I've learned throughout the abstinence journey. And I hold myself accountable 100% of the decisions I make with my body. Have to be a woman about that. And I have to, throughout this journey, I have to think about that so I can learn how not to do these things again. But it's so many benefits to keeping your body to yourself. When you lay down with someone, y'all, you giving them access to your spiritual resources, man. You giving them access to your spiritual resources. When you give in into the flicks and all that, it is some forces amongst you that you don't see, that's literally coming into agreement with you, and that's why they meet you in your dreams so you can really establish it. You wake up and you cancel those dreams. If you don't, then this lust take from you, man. That's why people are drained out of their money. Like the money is going towards when lust is the motive and okay, because I got a few things to say because now my mind's starting to get crowded thinking about it. Let's pull back for a second, y'all. Let's think about the motivations that you see behind why men do the things they do, behind why women, modern day people, why they do the things. And this isn't all men, this isn't all women. But what is the goal? Why do the men they buy the nice cars, they buy the nice clothes, they do this and they do that? The motive, and they just focus on it. And what is it to get the women? To get the women. It all comes back to that, to impress a woman, to impress this and that. And again, y'all, this isn't all men. And then with the women, what do? They spend so much time, and this isn't all women, once again. They spend so much time focusing on the outer appearance and focusing on that to do what? To get a man. Have made with this agenda that's being pushed, and with the spiritual warfare going on, they have made seeking sex as a lifestyle. That's a lifestyle. Sun up to sundown. Sun up to sundown. Searching for relationships and searching for this and searching for trying to have control over all this different. They have made this the lifestyle. So much so people aren't worrying about their relationship with the Most High. So much so that their hearts are polluted. They're not thinking about getting their spirit or their soul right. It's all for something else. This lust is crazy, man. You will look up and you done did some things that you don't understand why. And it's so many, and we have to talk about these things, y'all. Because it's at an all-time high, a lot of down low men. It's at an all-time high. It is at an all-time high. You don't have to, of course, you're not going to out yourself, but I'm going to tell you this here, brother. The reason why these things be occurring, one of the reasons is because constantly yielding into lust, constantly yielding into it, and that lust has no bounds. It don't have no end to it, and it'll end up attracting. You will end up finding yourself attracted to the same sex. Now, I'm 100% aware of many different things as well. And also, and I don't want to, but I want to keep it real, even with the touchy subject of being, touched and exposed to different things. I know that as well. And you have to understand, brother, that it was a perverse spirit attached to that person, and that can dwell within you, though you didn't consent it. You see what I'm saying? And that can come and dwell within you, and you still have to go, and you have to break that agreement. You see what I'm saying? If that's something that you struggle with, and look, ain't no judgment here. I remember being upset because I was used as a beard. I was used as a beard, and it hurted me. And it hurted me into the Most High really had to show me and have my eyes to be open and to see. Because my whole thing is why you ain't holler at me, why you ain't tell me. That's my whole thing. But I remember being angry about it. And the Most High had to make me see things, though He don't approve of that lifestyle, and it's all throughout that word. Though He do not approve of that, I had to see it through the Most High's eyes as to why it runs that deep and how these agreements with men take place, and also with women. Because it's women struggling with their sexuality as well. And it's because of just constant yielding into it, just yielding and yielding and yielding and yielding and yielding and yielding into lust. Being exposed to things, playing house when you were younger. I definitely shared a little bit about when I spoke about the tattoos, about my previous lifestyle. I thought that that's truly who I was. I thought truly that I was a bisexual, and that's just what it is. I was attracted to women. I was attracted to girls at the time and all this other type of stuff. Time for me to come out and agree with these things and fast and pray and all of that. And when I say the warfare was heavy, it was heavy. That's why we gotta look, y'all. We gotta look at the background. We gotta look at our backgrounds, man. Our generation, the generations before us, our ancestors. We have to look at them, and if lust played a part in their life, and it's so much stuff going on with them, then we have to understand this is a battle that we were fighting, and we may be fighting as well, man. Lust is definitely a generational curse, and lust is definitely a principality, meaning it's high up in as far as the hierarchy, that thing is high. This is worldwide. This is worldwide. It's so much that comes behind lust when you attach yourself to it, and when you just no self-control, and when you just give in to what it is you feel. Man, I need that, man. I need that. I'ma go on and get what and you go on and you go on ahead and you go on and you do it. Many of you can say that you felt drained afterwards. I shared on one of the videos speaking about the soul ties as well. People be getting on this high horse about who go to sleep fastest after all of that, but this is really an energy exchange. This is really this is a spiritual exchange going on. Why you on your high horse and I didn't put them to sleep, or I didn't put her to sleep, and all of that. It was some stuff that was it was a spiritual transaction in place. And I shared about, in my story, I have shared about that, how I noticed this, and how in the middle of, look, you got to go listen to it, but how in the middle of it, I was tired of it. And I knew that He was stealing from me spiritually. And I literally shared that when I prayed, knowing I was in the wrong, but when I prayed, how I watched a whole shift happen right before my eyes. And that should have scared me straight. But guess what? I still continued. It was a trance-like state. It is definitely true to be in like in a trance where you just doing stuff. It ain't no thought. It ain't no none of that. It's just autopilot. Like you tranced out. You just in a like you. It ain't no thought. It ain't none of that. Like your mind just no. It's just it's elsewhere. It ain't really much control over it's none of that. You just do it and you do it. It's like a veil. It's like a delusion over your mind. You gotta ask yourself, and we have to ask ourselves, why is this promoted so heavy? And this destroys so many homes. Lust has destroyed so many homes, and that's why so many of these children, even today, so many of us, that's why many of us struggle within our, as far as our issues with our parents and just all different type of stuff. This lust runs deep. This lust runs so deep. And this is how the enemy breaks down the households. It's all about perversion. So much, again, is attached to lust, the infirmities, the mental warfare, the poverty, the stagnancy, the limitation, the moving backwards in life. All of this stuff, a lot of this stuff is attached to lust, greed, murder, all of these things. So much of these things attached to lust. And lust it don't always have to be sexual, but it's just an insatiable appetite, an unnatural appetite for something. That's not cool when you out here in the world and you literally just look at somebody as an object. That's not cool, man. You will miss out on some good people by you just looking at them as an object. You looking like, oh, I wonder what he got, this, and that. I'll do this, and looking at her like, dang, her. And all you can see, this woman is beautiful inside and out. She could be beautiful inside and out, and all you thinking about is, man, how you want to hit, how you want your way with her, how you want your way with him, how you gonna have him spending money, how you gonna have him just on you and all. People are not objects, man. These are human beings. You will miss out on so many blessings. You will even miss out on the topic on the Most High, on basically how the Most High views you. You will miss out on that. And if you miss out on how the Most High views you, you will not know how to view yourself, and then you will lack identity. You keep yielding into your flesh and trying to have your way with people and being so sensual. And that's the thing that needs to be on a prayer list. Is to pray to stop being led by senses, by sensuality. Us being led by these senses, I understand they senses and all, but sensuality, when you just being led by your wants, when you driven by your senses, that's a dangerous game to play. Cause the thing is, you gonna want what you want when you want it and how you want it. Then you get it, then okay, you're bored with that. Then you want it, then you this, and that. Or you accomplish that. Then this is accomplish it in lust. So many people, the background behind people, so much accomplishments in lust. Gain so much in lust, but what about the spirit? Gain so much behind lust, but what about the mind? Gain so much behind lust, but what about the relationships in your life? This lust comes and it comes to take. It ain't sparing none of us, y'all. All we gotta do is yield to it. All we gotta do is just yield to it. Then yield to it again. Then yield to it again. then yield to it again, and it's just gonna be a pull. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get up off of here, man. I'm about to get up out of here, man. Talk to y'all soon. I love.